So now we're gonna do some down and dirty 10 minutes of abs. Woo! Well, just all core strength. So we'll do a little bit of booty and low abs, upper abs, and we'll do 10 minutes exactly. So it'll start, well, each exercise will be 50 seconds long, and then with a 10-minute little break, that, or 10-second little break, not 10 minutes, but 10-second little break, that will give you enough time to get into the next exercise. And I'm going to kind of try to talk to you about what to engage during each exercise, so you can start thinking about where you should be feeling it, and proper alignment and all that jazz. So if you don't mind, we're going to go ahead and get started with a plank. Planks can be done on knees or toes, elbow, forearms, or hands, and you can switch in between both if like your wrists start going out, or you want to bring it down to your knees. But make sure if you do end up doing it on your knees that your legs are together, and you don't let your booty out this way. It's got to be coming forward, and even lifting your knees in the back will make it go to the right spot, because from here I'm not really doing it, you know, and I don't want to sway back. Everything should be tight and engaged underneath. So the first thing we're going to do is a 50-second hold on a plank, and then we'll do each side. And then when you switch to the side, you can do it on your knee like this, or you can do stacking, or one foot in front of the other, or stacking your feet this way, and then switch between both sides. Okay, so those are our first 3 exercises. If you're ready, we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to put the timer on and go. Here I'm thinking about squeezing my booty, tucking my tailbone under, pushing through my shoulders. So I'm pushing through, and I'm also thinking about pushing through the L of my fingers. So like making sure that I'm getting even weight distributed throughout and not dumping everything into my waist or my wrist. And I like to kind of shift back and forth on my toes here, just to switch it up a little bit, make me stop thinking about how long I'm holding it. Make sure you're pushing your shoulders down so they're not dropping down this way. 10 seconds left. See, it's almost already done. All right. Now we have 10 seconds to move into our side plank. I'm going to start with my right hand down. Get ready, set, go. Here I like to have my arm up, but you can have it over your head this way. And I'm thinking about trying to push my hips forward this way, squeezing my glutes, and then pushing my hips up to the sky. If you want to get fancy, you can start moving that upper leg up and down. Seconds left. Squeeze your glute. Squeeze, bring everything up to the sky. Don't let you sink down into your shoulder. All right. 10 seconds off to switch to the other side. Put your hand in the middle. Ready, set, go. Yay. How have you been? Miss your face. I hope you watch these. Stack my hands here. My shit's in the way. Again, trying to make sure that my hips are parallel. I saw that it dipped back that way a little bit, so I'm trying to make sure that they're stacked one on top of another. Ten seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now the next one we're going to do is we're going to go back into that first shape here, And we're just going to do mountain climbers for bringing our knees up to our chest for 50 seconds. You could do these faster or slower, depending on, you can also do them on your knees here or your elbows here. 10 seconds left. Try and make it a little faster. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, 10 seconds to move over to our back. Here we're just going to do a standard crunch, but you want to try and thinking about snuggling your shoulder blades up off the ground. So you want to start at an elevated position. So we're just doing like a little bit of a crunch here. Ready? Go. So we're crunching up at our highest point. So we're not going all the way down and back. Trying to keep a fist distance underneath your chin. And we're pulsing up, 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 up. Twenty seconds left. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Reset. And at this one, we're going to stay at the top. We're going to squeeze our knees together. Actually, bring your knees hip distance apart. And you're going to stay at the top of that crunch. And you're just going to try and go back and forth, just touching your heel. Kind of call these penguins because it looks like you're a penguin. So start, go. Just gonna stay crunched up, trying to not strain your neck. And then squeezing your obliques to bring your hands to your heels. Halfway there. Seconds. Keep lifting up, making sure that we're keeping our chin not scrunching down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. All right, next one we're gonna do is try and get into our low abs a little bit. So I just want you can rest your head back down to the ground. And we're going to just bring our legs up. And in this position, you want to make sure that you never let your back kind of sway down because you want to protect your low back. It's that imprint position that I was telling you about where you kind of tuck your tailbone underneath like this. So we want to make sure that we push our low back down to the ground with our legs up. And we're just going to come down as low as you can without having your back come up off the ground. So if it's up here, that's fine, or down here, wherever you feel comfortable and not releasing your low back. And when we get down to that low position, we're just going to do little kicks like this, okay? For 50 seconds. Ready, go. Making sure that I'm pushing my belly button down to the spine. So I'm trying not to poof out anything. I'm trying to really squeeze everything nice down and tight and making sure that my low back does not come up off the ground. Seconds left. Really should start to feel your abs. I'm shaking. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, thank goodness. Okay, reset. The next one I'm going to do is we're going to do just a standard bridge up. In this position, I want you to think about really trying to shorten the distance between your hip bone and your lower rib. So I'm trying not to flare out anything here. Everything's, again, knitted in and tight. And so when I come up to the top of my bridge, I'm not thinking about opening things up to try and get a curve in my low back. I want everything to be squoze this way. And once you get up to the top of that, see how everything's kind of like in a direct line. I'm squeezing the bottom, like the top of my hamstring and the bottom of my glute. Once you get into that position, we're going to start and we're just going to lower up and down this way, okay? Ready? Go. Trying to make sure that our legs stay nice and parallel. Squeezing my entire booty and my upper hamstring, pushing down through my heels into the ground, and trying to make sure that my knees are not wobbling all over the place. And I'm also making sure that this distance stays about the same between my hip bone and my lower rib. And just making pulses here for fun. Humping the ground, humping the sky, hump that sky. Get it? Seconds left. All right, stop that, reset. The next one we're going to do is we're going to we're going to keep our back on the ground, and we're just going to do little marches. So we'll bring one knee up and then the other one. And it's pretty simple, but it's also going to just kind of retrain and make sure that our hip flexors are not gripping too much. And then if you want to make it a little harder, you can bring your abs up. So and we're just going to think about tapping our elbows to our knees. Okay? Ready? Start. Here. I'm trying to think everything's like curved up and squoze up. Again, I'm trying to think about pressing my low back down into the ground, my belly button down, and trying to make sure that our knees aren't going all wacky. Just a nice straight line up to our knees. And I'm not trying to I'm not using my hands to squeeze my neck down forward. I'm just making nice little marching shape here. Five seconds left. All right. Good. So the next one we're going to do, we're going to kind of go back to that same shape, but we're just going to raise and lower one leg at a time. So we'll do both of those back to back. And then we'll do one more exercise where we just push our feet up to the ground, and then I think that's good. I can't, what do we do? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think that's good. That's 10, right? Okay, reset. So the next one we're going to do is we're going to straighten one leg out. Doesn't matter which one. You're going to bring the other leg up to tabletop, and you're just going to try and squeeze cross body this way, and we're going to raise and lower our leg on the opposite side for 50 seconds. Ready? Go. So you can bring this arm up like this. And again, this should be helping lengthening. If you can't straighten your leg all the way, that's okay. Just try and keep it, work towards a straight leg, but we're not really focused on that quite so much just yet. Really trying to get the compression between your knee and your elbow. Ten seconds left. Good. All right, let's switch sides. Same thing, straighten that leg out, bring your knee up, and we're gonna cross our elbow over to the opposite knee and press them into one another and just raise and lower that other leg. Again, if your leg's not completely straight, that's totally fine. Only go down as far as you can without having pain to come back up. So if it's like right here, that's fine too, or even here, that's fine too. All of that is going to help you train your hip flexors and abs to work together. Ten seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and woo! Okay, let's do one more for fun. I'm not sure if it was 10 or not. I wasn't keeping track as good as I should be. Good or bad, depending on your wants and needs, I guess. So the last one is really going to focus on targeting those low abs. So it's a tiny movement. So I want you to flex your feet here, and you're thinking about without using momentum, you're just going to try and push your heels up to the sky or ceiling without, I don't want this, not using momentum. I'm really just trying to, and if you don't come up very hard, the movement is tiny. And you can even put your hands under your low back here to protect your low back. And really, I'm just thinking about squeezing those low abs to push my heels up to the sky. So we're gonna do that for 10 seconds, and then we'll do a little bit of stretch, and then you're done. Okay? Again, I'm thinking about trying to not let my abs poof out, trying to keep everything nice and tight. Tiny movement, just pushing my heels up to the ground, really trying to get those low abs that are so hard access. Halfway there. Breathing. Don't hold your breath ever. In through your nose, out through your nose. There yet? Oh, 5 seconds. Woo! Woo! And we did it. Yay! Okay, we're going to go back into a bridge again. And this time you don't have to squeeze your abs together because we're just going to try and think about lengthening to get a little bit of a stretch in our abs that we just worked so hard. And you can try and rotate back and forth with your hips, trying to lengthen through your hip flexors a little bit. And even from this, I also like to put my hands right underneath of my shoulders here and push down through my heels and open up this way. It gives it a nice stretch that way through the whole front side of your body, and just let your head hang. Open up through without bending your back. It's nice, squeezing your glute. And then even to make it a little bit further into I like to squeeze my butt to not let it sink down onto my heels, and then rotate back and forth to really open up again through those hip flexors and through the quadriceps. You can sit back down, and let's go ahead and stretch the back sides of our body too. So I like to cross one leg in front of the other and cross your arms in front of you this way, and then kind of really curl your back under this way. And then you can switch arms and switch legs, which one's ever is on top. And do a nice little twist. Do the other side. Let's do a nice little side stretch too. So kind of sit with your legs stacked on the side. Just reach over so you get a nice little opening here. Try not to crunch in your other side. And you can switch legs to the other side. Yeah, stretch it over. And you're done. Love you, love you, love you. Hope you enjoyed that crap.